Hello there, yogis, wherever and whenever you are. Welcome to the Dancing Yogi channel. Join me on the mat today to go through a flowy, stretchy, and strong yoga dance sequence with the main focus on chest and shoulder opening, hip mobility, and power transitions between the poses. This practice will help to rebalance the hemispheres of the brain and will suit the best for intermediate yoga practitioner. Stay safe and enjoy the dance. We begin in a kneeling position with the straight back. Hands are on top of the knees, eyes are closed. Deepen your breath and start warming up the neck with a few gentle rotations, first from left to right. And change the direction of rotations from right to the left. Come back to neutral position, open the eyes. Inhale, rotate your left shoulder up and back. Exhale, rotate it back to neutral. Inhale, rotate the right shoulder up and back. Exhale, bring it back to neutral. Repeat 2 more times on each side. Now open your left arm wide to the left side. Gently press your head towards the right shoulder with your right hand. Feel the nerve-like stretch in your left arm. Rotate your left wrist in one direction and in the other direction. Flex your left palm and open your left arm as far back as you can. Now bring the left arm all the way to the right side and gently press it closer to the chest with the right hand. Stretch the outer side of the left upper arm. Release and open the right arm out to the right side. Press your head to your left shoulder with the left hand. Rotate the right wrist in one direction several times and in another direction. Flex your right palm and pull your right arm as far back as it possible. And bring the right arm all the way to the left side and gently press it closer to your chest with the left hand. Inhale, open both arms to the sides, open the chest. Exhale, arch the back. Give yourself a tight, loving hug, chin to chest. Inhale, arms wide open. Exhale, tightly hug yourself. Repeat in this way for a few more breath cycles. And come back to neutral position. Hold your left knee with your hands and gently lift it up towards your chest. Stretch your left ankle. Release. Lift up your right knee and bring it towards your chest. Stretch your right ankle. Release your right knee down. Place both hands down on the mat and lift up both knees for one breath. And release the knees down. Tuck the toes and continue sitting on your heels to give a good stretch to your toes. Breathe deeply here. Untuck the toes. Place the hands on the mat next to your knees. Inhale, press your palms against the floor, lift up the hips as high as you can, engaging your core. Exhale, lower your knees down. Now hands on the mat behind your back. Open your chest and stretch the front of the body. Place your palms next to the knees and press up the hips again. Lower them down. Bring your hands on the mat behind your back. Open your chest and stretch the front of the body. Bring your palms back close to the knees and lift the hips high up again. Release, place the palms on the mat behind you and this time lift the hips up to deepen the stretch of the core. Release, relax, shake off your hands, roll out your shoulders. Just a few circles in one direction and in the other direction. Place the right hand down, bend to your right side. Stretch the left arm over the head. Come back to center. Bend to the left side. Back to center. Now gently twist to the right side. Look back over the right shoulder. Return to center and gently twist to the left side. Look over your left shoulder. Come back to neutral position. Rise up on your knees. Arms up with inhale. Exhale, bend to your right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend to your left. Back to center. Inhale, step your left foot forward into Ajjanenyasana. Place the right hand on top of the left knee. Bring the left arm behind the back. Maybe try to catch the outer side of the right thigh with your left hand. Draw the hips down, back straight. Both glutes are engaged to protect the lower back. Now bend the right knee and actively, with control, bring the right heel up closer to the right glute for 5. Release. Up again for 4. Lower it down. 3, 2, and 1. Now actively hold the right foot up, pointing the toes and engaging the right hamstring. And catch the right foot with the right hand, or with both hands if you can, and bring the right foot closer to the right glute. Release the right foot down. Inhale, open the arms wide to the sides. Exhale, vertically twist the upper body to the left. Hip bones stay squared. Hold here. And cartwheel the hands down into low lunge. Few deep breaths here. Inhale, lift the right knee up. Exhale, step the left foot back, press back into downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breath cycles. Lift up the heels high. Inhale, spinal roll forward into high plank. Drop down the hips, peel the chest open, upward facing dog. Exhale, slowly press back into down dog. Deep breath in here and breathe out. Inhale, roll forward into high plank again. Hold, breathe. Now lower halfway, hold here. Inhale, push up into high plank. And with exhale, slowly lower down completely. Place the fingertips of the hands on the outside of the mat. Point the elbows up. Inhale, lift the chest up into cobra. Exhale, release the chest down. Repeat few more times in this way. Now bend the left knee and roll over to the right side into sitting with the right leg straight and left leg stays bent. Place the right hand on the mat behind you. With an inhale, press the right palm against the floor and lift the body up into Wild Thing. And release the hips down. Sit down. Stretch both legs forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fall forward to your knees. Paschimottanasana. Stretch here for a few breaths. Rise up. Lift your legs up into Navasana. Knees can be bent or straightened. Stretch the arms forward. Hold. Release. Place the hands on the mat behind you. And with the next inhale, lift up the hips into reverse tabletop. Stay here for a few breath cycles. Lower the hips down, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg forward, place the left hand behind you on the mat, gently twist the upper body to the left side. Hold here for a few breaths. Come out of the twist, lift up the left arm and try to wrap it around the left knee. Bend forward. Rise up. Place the right hand on the mat behind you and lift up into Wild Thing again. Open up the chest. Bring the left hand down, turn into high plank. And now bring the left knee to your left shoulder. Step the left foot on the outer side of the left hand. Lizard lunge. Stretch here for a bit. And turn into Skandasana, left side squat. Join the palms of the hands at the heart center. Hold. Now place your right hand far behind your right thigh. Press it against the floor and lift up into wide-legged variation of Wild Thing. Stretch the left arm up and over. Bring the left hand down on the floor. Lift the right knee to the forehead, press up, protract your shoulders, and slowly flip over to the right into Wild Thing on the other side. Stretch your right arm up and over. Hold. For the first time, it can seem like a quite tricky transition, so pause and rewind the video if you didn't get it right away. Now lower the hips down, place the right hand behind you, and bring the left foot closer. Inhale, lift up the hips into reverse tabletop for 3. Lower the hips down, and lift up again for 2, and 1. And this time, let's lift up the hips and the left arm. Turn the upper body slightly to the right and reach with the left hand towards your right wrist. Hold here, breathe. Lower your hips, turn right, place the left hand down and slowly sit down in between your crossed legs. Right knee should appear on top of the left knee after this transition. and we end up in Gomukhasana or shoelace pose. Straighten up the spine here. Place both hands on the mat behind you. Inhale, lift up the hips, and exhale, release your hips down. You can stay here and stretch, or place the left elbow on top of the right one and rub your forearms into eagle arms to add a stretch to the area in between the shoulder blades. Another option is to bend forward towards your knees. And now place your hands on the mat in front of you, lift up your hips, and slowly turn towards your left side until the legs are completely unwind. Feet are spread wide into Prasarita Padottanasana, wide angle forward fold. Stretch here. And continue walking left with your hands on the mat, turning 180 degrees so legs are crossed in the opposite order. Sit down in between your crossed legs into Gomukhasana. This time the left knee should appear on top of the right knee. Place both hands on the mat behind you. Inhale, lift the hips up, open the chest. Exhale, lower the hips down. Again, you can stay here and stretch, or place the right elbow on top of the left one and wrap around your forearms into eagle arms to add an additional stretch to the upper part of your back. As an option, bend forward towards your knees. Now, with the help of your hands, lift up your hips and slowly turn towards your right side until the legs are completely unwind. Place both hands behind you. Lift the hips up into reverse tabletop for 3. Lower them down. Lift up the hips again for 2. And 1. Now lift the hips and the right arm up and reach with your right hand towards your left wrist. Breathe and release the right hand and hips down into crouching position. Straighten your right leg forward. Press up into your right hand into wild thing. Stretch the left arm up and over. Now bring the left hand down on the mat so you are facing the floor. Lift up the right knee to nose and slowly roll over into wild thing on the other side. Stretch your right arm up and over. Lower your hips down and with the help of your hands transition into Skandasana on the right side. Join your palms at the heart center. 1 breath here. And turn right into lunge. Lift your right knee up to your right shoulder. Strong core here. And flip the right leg over. Lift the right arm up. Open the chest. Wild thing again. And let's drop the hips down and up for 3, 2, and 1. And sit down completely. Left leg is straightened forward, right knee bent. Twist the upper body to your right side. Look back over the right shoulder. And come back to center. Wrap your right arm around your right knee and bend forward towards your left knee with a straight spine. Rise up. Bring the feet closer to the hips. Place your hands behind you. Inhale, lift the hips up into tabletop. And exhale, lower the hips down. Lift up your legs into Navasana. Knees can be bent or straightened here, up to you. Stretch the arms forward. hold. Release, stretch the left leg forward, right leg stays bent. Slowly turn left into high plank. Lower the hips down, open up the chest, upward facing dog, and press back into plank and slowly lower down on the mat completely. Inhale, lift up the chest, cobra. Exhale, lower the chest down. And now lift up into high plank again. Maybe one push-up here. And lower the hips into upward facing dog again. Press back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Bring the right knee to your right shoulder, hold, and step the right foot at the outer side of the right hand, lunge. Stretch here for a bit. Drop the left knee down, Ajaninyasana. Open your arms to the sides and vertically twist to your right side. Hold here, breathe. Come back to center. Place your hands on top of the right knee. Bend the left knee and actively, with control, bring the left heel closer to the glute for 4. Release it down. Up again for 3, 2, and 1. Hold your left foot with your left hand or with both hands and bring it closer to the left glute. Stretch the left quadriceps in this pose. Release the left foot down, step the right foot back, and sit down on top of the heels. Relax and get ready to repeat pretty much the same but a little bit modified sequence and come back to the same point where we started. Place your hands on the mat next to the knees. Inhale, press your palms against the floor, lift up the hips as high as you can, engaging your core. Exhale, lower your hips down. Now hands on the mat behind your back, and from here lift up the hips and stretch the front of the body and lower the hips down. Repeat for 2 more cycles in this way. Rise up on your knees, arms up. Step the right foot forward, Ajaninyasana. 1 deep breath here. And open your arms to the sides. Turn the upper body to your right side. Stay here or lean back a little bit. Straighten the right leg and try to reach the left heel with your right hand. Stretch the left arm up and over. Half camel back bend. Let go of the hold. Cartwheel the hands down into lunge. Lift the right knee to your right elbow. Hold here for 1 breath. Strong core. And slowly press back into 3-legged dog. Right leg is in the air. Now move the weight forward into 3-legged plank, 3-legged chaturanga, lower halfway, maybe 1 push-up here. Bend the right knee and roll over to the left into sitting. Bring the knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. And now grab your big toes with your hands and straighten the legs up into Navasana variation. Hold. Release the feet down. Place your hands on the mat behind your back. Inhale, lift up the hips into reverse tabletop. Exhale, lower the hips down. Stretch the left leg forward, right knee stays bent. Wrap your right arm around the right knee and fall forward to your left leg. One breath here. Rise up. Place the left hand behind the back, press into the right foot and lift the hips up into Wild Thing. One breath here. Lift the right knee up, look down and try to step your right foot to the right top corner of the mat as slowly as you can. We end up in lizard lunge. Maybe try to touch the floor with your forehead. And turn into Skandasana, right side squat. Open your arms to the sides, look up. And now place the left hand far behind you in front of the left thigh. Lift up into wide-legged Wild Thing. Look down, bring the right hand on the floor, lift the left knee to nose and flip over into Wild Thing on the other side. Stretch the left arm up and over. Lower down the hips, bring the right foot a bit closer, drop the left hand on the floor behind you, lift the hips and the right arm up and reach with the right hand towards your left wrist. Continue to turn left, crossing your legs. Sit down in between your crossed knees. Left knee appears on top of the right knee. Hands are on the mat behind you. Inhale, lift up the hips. Exhale, lower the hips down. Stay here and stretch, or wrap the arms into Garudasana. Right elbow is on top of the left one and bend forward to your knees. Release. Place the hands on the floor in front of you, lift up the hips and walk your hands to your right side 180 degrees until your legs are uncrossed completely. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Stretch here, breathe. And now continue walking your hands to the right 180 degrees and sit down in between your crossed legs into Gomukhasana again. Right knee is on top of the left. Place both hands behind you. Inhale, lift up the hips. Exhale, lower the hips down. Stay here or wrap your arms again. Left elbow is on top of the right one and fall forward. Release. Lift up the hips and walk your hands 180 degrees towards your left side. Uncross your legs. Lower the hips down. Inhale. Lift the hips and the left arm up. Reach towards your right wrist with the left hand. And bring down the hips. Place the left hand behind you. Stretch your left leg forward and lift up into Wild Thing. Right arm is in the air. One breath here. Look down, bring the right hand down, left knee to nose, and flip it over into the Wild Thing on the other side. Left arm is up and over. Lower the hips down. Help yourself to transition into Skandasana on the left side squat. Open your arms wide to the sides. Deep breath in here and breathe out. Turn left into lunge. Bring the left knee to your left shoulder. Hold. Hold a little bit more. And flip it over into Wild Thing. Open up your chest. Release, lower your hips down, sit down, stretch your right leg forward, left leg stays bent, wrap your left arm around the left knee and bend forward with the straight spine. Rise up. Place both hands behind the back, bend your knees. Inhale, lift the hips up into reverse tabletop. Exhale, lower the hips down. Grab your big toes with your hands and straighten the legs up into Navasana. Hold, breathe deeply. And release your feet down. Stretch the right leg forward. Roll over to your right side into upward facing dog. Slowly press into high plank. Maybe one slow push-up here. Come back into upward facing dog. Inhale here. And with an exhale, power press back into downward facing dog. One deep breath in here. And breathe out. Inhale, left leg high up. Exhale, three-legged high plank. Maybe three-legged chaturanga yogi push-up. And left knee to left elbow. Step the left foot in between the hands. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, arms up, Ajnanayasana. Exhale, open your arms to the sides. Vertical twist to the left. Carefully lean back, straighten your left leg and try to catch your right heel or cuff with your left hand. Open up the chest, stretch the right arm up and over. Breathe. Release. Come back into Ajnanayasana. Place both hands down. And slowly step the left foot back. Sit down on top of your heels. Place your palms on top of the knees. Start calming down your breath. Make your inhales deeper and the exhales slower. Observe what is happening in the body and mind after the dynamic part of the practice. And now help yourself to transition into resting position laying on your back. Feet are apart, arms are stretched along the sides of the body but not touching the body. Close the eyes and perform any movement now to improve the level of comfort so you can stay still for the next few minutes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Let it go. Relax to your deepest. Let your body and mind digest everything that happened on the mat today. Shavasana. Start gently moving your fingers and toes. Slowly transition to your left or right side. Rest here for a bit. Help yourself to come up and sit down with the crossed legs and straight spine. Join your hands behind the back. Bend forward to express gratitude to yourself for this practice. Rise up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, join your palms in front of the heart center. Open your eyes. Namaste, and thank you for practicing with me. Have a lovely day or night.